Think and Grow Rich. What if I told you that every millionaire, every inventor, every world-changing leader has used the same hidden formula? A formula that Napoleon Hill spent 25 years uncovering. A formula powerful enough to turn ordinary people into legends. A formula that you can use today, not someday, not eventually, today. This isn't just a book summary. This is the blueprint behind Think and Grow Rich, one of the most influential success manuals ever written. So sit back, open your mind, and let's unlock the philosophy that has created more millionaires than any other book in history. The origin of the philosophy. Imagine being given an assignment that would take more than 2 decades to complete. In the early 1900s, steel magnate Andrew Carnegie, one of the richest men alive, gave a young journalist named Napoleon Hill a mission. Create a philosophy of success. Study the greatest minds of our generation, discover their secrets, and combine them into a formula anyone can follow. Hill accepted. Over the next 25 years, he studied 500 of the most successful people in America, including Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, Theodore Roosevelt, Alexander Graham Bell, John D. Rockefeller, Charles Schwab, and countless others. He interviewed them, lived among them, observed how they thought, how they acted, how they made decisions, how they built wealth, and how they overcame failure. After decades of research, Hill didn't just write a book. He decoded a mindset, a science, a philosophy. Think and Grow Rich is built around 13 principles, the laws that govern success. But before diving into them, Hill warns us. Success begins with thought. Riches start in the form of an idea. Your mind is your greatest asset. Everything begins inside your thoughts, and that's where our journey begins. Principle 1, Desire, the starting point of all achievement. Hill argues that desire is not merely wishing. Wishing leads nowhere. Hoping creates nothing. But a burning desire, a deep, obsessive, consuming hunger, is the foundation of every great achievement. You do not succeed because you should. You succeed because you must. Hill tells the story of Edwin C. Barnes, a man determined to partner with Thomas Edison. Barnes was not a scientist. Not an engineer. Not wealthy. But he had a burning desire so strong that he boarded a freight train and traveled to New Jersey with nothing but hope and determination. When he reached Edison's laboratory, Barnes told him, "I have come to be your partner." Edison later said that Barnes' intensity convinced him. That desire was visible, almost tangible. Barnes didn't become Edison's partner immediately. He started with menial work. But he stayed focused on his goal, and eventually, he became Edison's business partner, earning a fortune from the invention of the Ediphone. Hill says every success story starts with 6 steps, and he gives us a formula, a literal checklist, for turning desire into reality. Fix a definite goal. Determine exactly what you will give in return. Set a specific date. Create a clear plan. Write this statement down. Read it aloud twice daily, morning and night. This is not just positive thinking. This is psychological programming, self-conditioning, rewiring your subconscious mind. Your subconscious accepts repetition. It absorbs clarity. It activates your mind to see opportunities you would otherwise ignore. Desire is the spark. Clarity is the ignition. Repetition is the fuel. And action is the engine that makes it real. Principle 2, Faith, the visualization of belief. Hill says, what the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Faith is not religious, it's psychological. Hill defines faith as A state of mind strengthened by affirmation and repeated suggestion. Barnes succeeded because he didn't just hope, he believed. Henry Ford created the V8 engine because he believed it was possible when all engineers said it wasn't. Edison believed in the electric light bulb despite failing 10,000 times. Faith is the ability to hold a vision even when reality contradicts it. So how do you develop faith? Hill's method is autosuggestion, feeding your mind the instructions you want it to follow. You shape your beliefs. Your beliefs shape your actions. Your actions shape your results. Faith is built through repetition, visualization, affirmation, emotion, consistency. Hill reminds us, your subconscious mind works continuously, whether you think or not. So why not feed it the thoughts you want? Faith is not something you wait for. It is something you create. Principle 3, autosuggestion, feeding the subconscious mind. Autosuggestion is the bridge between your conscious goals and your subconscious power. Your subconscious drives your habits, your fears, your confidence, your decisions, your creativity, your behavior, your limitations, your potential. Hill says the subconscious is like fertile soil, it will grow anything you plant. Plant ideas of fear, you grow problems. Plant ideas of confidence, you grow progress. Plant ideas of wealth, you grow opportunities. Autosuggestion involves reading your goals aloud, visualizing your success, speaking affirmations, surrounding yourself with positive influences, replacing negative statements with constructive ones. Hill emphasizes, words have power only when charged with emotion. You can't mumble your goals like you're reading a grocery list. You must feel it. You must believe it. You must see it as already yours. Autosuggestion transforms desire into belief, belief into action, and action into results. Principle 4, specialized knowledge, the knowledge that creates wealth. Hill separates knowledge into two categories. General knowledge. Information, facts, trivia. Schools teach a lot of this, and most of it has little economic value. Specialized knowledge. Specific skills that solve problems or create value. This is the knowledge that builds wealth. Henry Ford, for example, didn't have deep general knowledge. When lawyers tried to embarrass him in court by asking trivia questions, Ford famously replied, "If I need to answer that, I have a row of buttons on my desk. I can summon someone who knows the answer." Ford wasn't ignorant. He was efficient. Successful people don't try to know everything. They try to know what matters, or hire those who do. Hill encourages continuous learning. Courses, books, mentors, networking, mastermind groups. But he warns, knowledge is useless without action. Knowledge becomes power only when organized, focused, and applied. Principle 5, imagination, the workshop of the mind. Napoleon Hill says that imagination is the engine behind every great idea. Everything humanity has ever created, planes, skyscrapers, phones, art, businesses, all began as thoughts in someone's mind. Hill divides imagination into two types. 1. Synthetic imagination. This rearranges existing ideas into new combinations. Most inventions and businesses come from this. You take something that already exists and make it better, faster, cheaper, or different. 2. Creative imagination. This is where brand new ideas come from. Hill calls it the receiving set of the mind, where inspiration, intuition, and flashes of genius appear. But imagination does not work on command. You must stimulate it with desire, focus, faith, repetition, specialized knowledge, a burning goal. Hill writes, "Your only limitation is the one you set up in your own mind. Every fortune starts as a mental picture. Every success starts as a vision. Every new beginning starts with imagination. If you cannot imagine it, you cannot achieve it." Principle 6, Organized Planning, Turning Thought into Action. Desire becomes real only when supported by a definite plan. Hill says that a goal without a plan is just a wish, and wishes don't build success. Here are Hill's rules for effective planning. Rule 1, Form a mastermind group. You must surround yourself with people whose strengths complement yours. No one succeeds alone. Carnegie, Edison, Ford, all relied on powerful alliances. Rule 2, Create a practical plan. Write it. Organize it. Break it down. Review it daily. If you fail, adjust the plan, not the goal. Rule 3, Be persistent. Plans often fail at first. This is normal. Hill says, temporary defeat should be a signal to regroup, not to quit. Success requires flexibility, resilience, and constant refinement. Rule 4, Use your team wisely. The mastermind group supports you, advises you, and helps you overcome blind spots. You must treat them with respect and fairness. Rule 5, Take immediate action. Hill emphasizes that the most successful people make decisions quickly and change them slowly. Indecision is the enemy of success. Your plan will evolve as you progress. But progress only begins when you start. Principle 7, Decision, the mastery of procrastination. Hill says, indecision breeds fear. Decision conquers it. Most people fail because they never actually decide. They hesitate. They wait. They fear what others will think. But every successful person Hill studied had one thing in common. They were decisive. Henry Ford kept pushing the V8 engine even when people mocked him. Edison kept pursuing the light bulb despite thousands of failures. Roosevelt decided quickly in crisis moments. Indecision is rooted in fear. And fear grows in silence. So Hill tells us, decide what you want. Decide who you want to be. Decide what price you're willing to pay. Decide now. The moment you decide, your mind shifts. Your energy changes. Your path begins to form. Decision is power. Indecision is paralysis. Principle 8, Persistence, the sustained effort necessary to produce results. Desire plus persistence equals success. Hill is blunt. Without persistence, you will fail. With persistence, you cannot fail. Most people quit right before the finish line. They give up at the first sign of struggle. They confuse temporary defeat with permanent failure. But persistence is a muscle. It grows through the strength of your desire, the clarity of your goals, the support of your mastermind, the habit of taking daily action. Hill gives the story of R.U. Darby, who found a gold vein but quit when the gold disappeared. The next person who bought his equipment found the gold just 3 feet beyond where Darby stopped digging. 3 feet. Success often hides just beyond failure. Persistence means try again. Learn. Adjust. Keep going. Never quit on a worthy goal. Principle 9, the Mastermind, the power of the collective mind. This is one of Hill's most important and misunderstood concepts. The mastermind is a group of people working harmoniously toward a shared purpose. Hill says a mastermind multiplies your power because you borrow others' knowledge. You borrow their creativity. You borrow their courage. You borrow their experience. You borrow their confidence. Even Andrew Carnegie said his entire fortune was built on the mastermind principle. It creates what Hill calls a third mind, a greater intelligence that emerges when great minds collaborate. Your success depends on who you surround yourself with. If your environment is weak, negative, or fearful, you will be too. But if your environment is strong, ambitious, and driven, your life will rise to that level. Principle 10, the mystery of sex transmutation. This chapter often confuses readers, but Hill's idea is simple. Human sexual energy is one of the most powerful forces in existence. It drives passion, desire, emotion, creativity, ambition, motivation, and personal magnetism. Hill says that successful people redirect this energy into creativity, art, business, relationships, achievement, discipline. This transmutation creates intensity, charisma, and unstoppable drive. Every great leader, according to Hill, possessed a strong emotional and sexual energy that fueled their ambition. He isn't saying avoid sexuality. He's saying, transform the energy it creates into productive power. Principle 11, the subconscious mind, the connecting link. The subconscious mind controls your habits, your behaviors, your fears, your reactions, your creativity, your self-image. Hill says it is constantly working, 24/7, and it responds to repetition, emotion, belief, autosuggestion, visualization. Your subconscious cannot distinguish between reality and imagination. So if you constantly imagine success, confidence, wealth, or strength, your subconscious adapts your behavior to match it. But if you imagine fear, failure, rejection, or difficulty, your subconscious will also match that script. Your results come from your inner programming. Change the programming and you change your life. Principle 12, the brain, the broadcasting and receiving station. Hill describes the brain as a radio. You transmit thoughts. You receive thoughts. You attract ideas. You broadcast emotion. You tune into frequencies. Hill believed, well before modern neuroscience, that thoughts are forms of energy. Focused thoughts create mental vibrations. Emotional thoughts create stronger vibrations. Great inventors often described their breakthroughs as downloads, intuitive flashes, or sudden insights. Hill argues these are real phenomena, the brain tapping into a greater intelligence when stimulated by desire, faith, imagination, persistence. Your brain is the hardware. Your thoughts are the broadcast. Your emotions are the amplifier. Your environment is the signal booster. Principle 13, the sixth sense, the doorway to infinite intelligence. Hill saves the most mystical principle for last. The sixth sense is the mind's highest level of function, the ability to sense the right decision, the right opportunity, the right action, almost instinctively. It is the flash of insight, intuition, inspiration, clarity, genius. Hill says you cannot control the sixth sense directly. But you can prepare the mind to receive it by mastering all the previous principles. The sixth sense is the summit of success, the point where your mind becomes a powerful instrument aligned with purpose, clarity, and intuition. When you reach this level, fear fades. Doubt disappears. Your path becomes clear. Ideas arrive effortlessly. Opportunities seem to find you. This is where successful people operate. The real enemies of success, the 6 basic fears. Hill identifies 6 fears that destroy dreams. Fear of poverty. Fear of criticism. Fear of ill health. Fear of loss of love. Fear of old age. Fear of death. He says these fears live in the subconscious, influencing your decisions without your awareness. To conquer them, you must recognize them, challenge them, and replace them with confidence, faith, desire, action. Fear controls the masses. Courage builds the successful. The final message: you are the master of your fate. Hill ends with a powerful realization. You are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. Success is not luck, not birth, not privilege, not talent. It is mindset. It is belief. It is persistence. It is desire. It is imagination. It is habit. It is thought. You think first. You grow second. You become third. You don't grow rich only in money, you grow rich in knowledge, purpose, confidence, vision, impact, fulfillment, character. This is the true legacy of Think and Grow Rich. Your mind is your greatest investment. Your thoughts are your greatest currency. And your future is shaped by every idea you allow to live inside your imagination. If you apply even one of these principles, your life will begin to change. Apply them all, and your success becomes inevitable. If this summary inspired you, give this video a like, it helps more dreamers discover it. Share it with someone who needs a spark of motivation today. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep, life-changing book breakdowns every single week.